As a seven-figure business coach who specializes in helping people create online courses, a question I get very often is, what if I'm not an expert? What if I don't have anything to create a course about that I'm an expert in? Does that disqualify me? Oh, y'all, this is finna get deep. Does that disqualify me from being able to create a course as a form of not only passive income, but massive impact to help other people? The desire is there. I see the path and I see how I could be on it. I just don't know if it's the right path for me because of this roadblock. That's what we're going to discuss in today's video. If you want more content like this, not only about course creation, but about doing business as a woman in a feminine way, living the soft life and faith-based business, make sure that you subscribe and leave a comment for any recommendations that you have for future videos or questions that you have. So when I get asked this question, this is going to come down to two parts. All right. So the two B's, there is brainstorming and there is belief. I'm going to go over brainstorming first because if your issue is just brainstorming, it's a much shorter conversation than the second conversation. So if your issue is simply, I cannot think of something, I literally just can't think of anything that I could do that I feel like confident in, then it's just a matter of brainstorming. So we go over in the training that I have on my, it's in the link in the description. It's a no cost training that goes over the 3 steps I use to create a course, replace or truly out earn my income, and quit my job and stay home and travel the world. I have that training that goes more in depth and gives more examples, but I go over the 3 P's inside of my signature program, Create a Course and Quit. And those 3 P's are passion. We're going to ask ourselves, what are we passionate about? What are the things that get us going? What do we get excited about? What are the things that we really look forward to talking about and doing and things like that? The second P is going to be problems. What problems have you solved in your life? What problems have you helped other people in your family or your friends or at your job solve in their lives? Because truly, that's all a course is something that is a solution. Every single product that's on the market is simply a solution to someone else's problem. So when we can identify those painful problems that we can help someone else solve, then we will not only win, but we help them win. And as long as they are winning, we will continue to win. And so it's this great, wonderful cycle of just like the symbiotic circle of the more impact that you make on someone else's life, the more income that you're creating in your own. The third category is position. What positions do you have in your current life? Like, are you a doctor? Obviously, that's a big one, right? An accountant, a lawyer, your job. Are you a mom, a friend, a wife? And those can be things that you can help someone in those positions, like a co-parenting course, if you co-parent, or, blended family, or, being a newlywed wife or dating and things like that. Think about those relationships. Think about the positions that you are in, even the job that you have. You could help someone else get that job and turn that into a business that frees you from even being at that job. And so the options are endless. And I think something that trips so many people up is thinking, well, don't I have to have a degree? Do I have to have certification? Do I need to read more or learn more, or do all this extra stuff? The truth is that you only need to be one step ahead of the people or person that you are helping in order to make an impactful change. In fact, one of the most successful students that I have worked with, I love telling her story because it's just amazing. So she came to me and she was also just really really about this same thing. She had a goal of losing 100 pounds and she had only lost 10 so far. And I'm going to move these because you can't even see them. They're just sitting over here bothering me. So she had a goal of losing 100 pounds and she had only lost 10. And she felt like, I am not a nutritionist. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not certified. I'm just some girl who lost 10 pounds and hadn't even reached her ultimate goal. Who would want to hear what I have to say? That's insignificant. And the truth is that oftentimes we do this to ourselves. We think and we discount the gifts that God has given us, and we discount the value of the things that God has taken us through in our own experiences. And we think that some things that are small to us are small to someone else. But you're getting from level 1 to level 2, helping someone else make that same transformation is extremely valuable to them because they're on level 0. And so any help that they can get to move to the next step is such a big deal for them, And so we had that conversation and she was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So she releases a course on how to lose 10 pounds. She specifically focuses on the women who are serial quitters and who can't seem to stick with the diet even to lose the first 10 pounds, who, focusing on the mindset and all this stuff, why don't you want to do it and how you can overcome it, setting up a plan, getting accountability, all of the starting steps. And now she has a 7-figure business from a course on how to lose 10 pounds. She didn't wait until she had it all figured out. She didn't wait until she had even ultimately reached her goal. She was just one step ahead. And when you go that route, you're not pretending to be this authority who knows all. You're saying, hey, like a very sisterly kind of relationship, like I got here and I can help you get here too. And then as you move up on the journey, you can move them along with you. And it really creates a great opportunity for business longevity because now you have room to grow. And so if anything, it's also an advantage because you remember where you were when you were at that place because you were just there 5 minutes ago. It's like, if you're helping college students and you just graduated college, you remember the mindset shifts that were necessary. You remember the issues, you remember the thoughts and the concerns because you had them yesterday night, right? Versus someone who graduated 20 years ago helping college students. A lot has changed since then. And so there can be some relearning that's necessary when you are so far removed from the people that you are trying to help. So whatever hand you are dealt, you use it and you play it well and you can use it to your advantage. And as long as you're one step ahead of the person that you're trying to help, you are more than qualified to help them do that. We're not pretending, we're not faking like we know something that we don't or like we have some sort of accolades that we don't. But if you have been able to get that transformation for yourself, then you can help someone else do it. And another concern people have is like, but what if like so many other people are already saying this? Like, what if I want to do fitness and weight loss? And all I did was, do a calorie deficit and, weight training. And there are millions of people who talk about that. None of them are you. None of them are you. You see, your uniqueness, your identity is a product that makes you and anything you offer one of one. Because the mistake that people think is that people are truly buying the product, but people are really buying you. When they learn about you, they know you, they like you, they trust you, then they want things that you are involved with. And they don't want to learn the same things from other people. They want your take on it. They want to know your experiences. And when we're creating truly valuable courses, it's not just a step-by-step how-to. They're getting your insights, they're getting your experience, they're getting your personality. And these are things that nobody else can replicate. And the people that somebody else can reach are different than the people that you're going to reach. The people that I reach in my audience are very different than the people that other people who are in the same industry reach. And that is because God has ordained for certain people to be our people. And that's why I'm never worried about someone enrolling or not enrolling into my course, because I know that every single person that God has to get this solution, to get this answer to their prayers is going to be enrolled. And so I don't lose a wink of sleep over it. And neither should you. So if that is your problem, it should be solved now. But if you're still like, I don't know, Danielle, there's still something in the back of my mind that is telling me like, I can't do this. I still can't think of anything. Whew, we got to chat. We have to chat because this is actually a much deeper problem than has to do with course creation. This has to do with belief. This has to do with not your belief in yourself or even self-esteem or self-confidence, yada, yada, yada. This has to do with your belief in God. Because what you're essentially saying is God gave me nothing. You are essentially saying that the creator of all of the world, of all of the universe, who literally said that he has given everyone a gift, right? We have the parable of the talents where we see that not everyone is given an equal amount of gifts, but everyone is given something, right? And you are saying God didn't give you anything. And so before I get on you too much, sometimes it's a matter of self-awareness. Sometimes we just cannot see the things that we are gifted at because we're too close to them. Maybe you are amazing with customer service. You're amazing with people. You're super charismatic, right? You all of the guys want to ask you on a date and you don't view that as an asset. It's annoying to you. But there's a girl who's never been asked on a date in her life who would kill for that kind of charisma and would love to learn how to do what you do so effortlessly and so naturally. You are always well dressed. You're always the best dressed person showing up to every single function and event. And you do it modestly. And to you, it just comes naturally because it's always been a hobby. It's always been a passion. It's always been something you've enjoyed. But you've never thought you could make money off of that. You never thought anybody else would want to learn how to do it. But they do. Another example, one of my friends, she got married when she was later in age, I think about 31, 32 or something like that. And, she changed some things and got really serious about doing it, about pursuing marriage. And you could create a course about that. And she's like, well, no, the stuff that I did, everybody knows about. Everybody knows about dressing modestly. Everybody knows about being submissive and, showing a potential husband, even during dating, how to show him that you are a godly woman, how to show him that, how do you navigate right? Boundaries and sex. She's like, everybody knows that. Everybody's pastor, everybody's mom talks about that. I'm like, but they don't. But they don't. And there are so many women who grew up in like households never seeing a healthy marriage in their life, who, you know, were raised by women who were unfortunately having forced to be in their masculine, and they've never had an example of what femininity looks like in front of them. And you can be that, and you can do that and impact them while creating income for yourself. So one of the solutions can simply be taking a second to look around and take inventory of like the things that people ask you about, the questions that people call you about. What are the things when somebody calls you for advice or to get your opinion on? What are those topics? It is very, very, very likely that they're monetizable. Another great way to check is to go on Amazon. If there are books that are being sold about the thing that you want to help people with, or the thing that you think is just so insignificant, if there are books that are being sold, then it means that there can be money made through courses as well, and that people can be even more impacted by your course than they are by the books that are on the market. But if we've gone through all of that and we are still not okay, we are still not there, that's when it's an issue of faith. It is. That is when the issue is you're saying, God, you didn't give me anything. And that is where I would say you should be in prayer. You should be in prayer, and you should be praying, Lord, reveal to me what are the gifts that you have given me, because he has given you something. And maybe someone discouraged you somewhere along the way. Maybe someone lied to you and told you that the gift that God gave you wasn't worthy, that it wasn't good enough to be shared. And even aside from gifts, what about experiences? I'm sure you've lived. I am sure you've lived. And if you keep on living, you'll get some more of them, right? All of us have been through trials, have been through transformations, have accomplished something in our lives, and have a story to tell, a before and after for some area. That could be weight loss. That could be relationships. That could be your finances. It could be just learning how to budget. It could be learning how to, take care of your home as a new homeowner, learning how to DIY your house as a renter and make it look and feel your own. And that's the thing. I think so many times we minimize the things God has given us. And honestly, I can't speak for God, but that sounds pretty insulting. That God has given us these things, and we look back at him and say, it's not enough. It's not enough. So I really challenge you, if this is a mindset that you're struggling with, to, with an open hand and an honest hand, evaluate the things that God has given you. And the things that you don't think are enough, I want you to spend some time doing a bit of mental work and breaking down why you believe that. Who lied to you? Where did that thought come from, that the thing that you are gifted at, that the transformation that you have gone through in your life, be that quote big or small, is not worthy of helping someone else accomplish? And I think when you get to the bottom of that, you will find that there's no person I've ever met that doesn't have something that they can monetize, something that they can help other people accomplish in their life. And that course creation is truly accessible to all, because all of us have something that we can give to someone else. So if this video helped you get down to the bottom of this question, make sure you leave a comment letting me know. And even if you want to shout out your course creation idea that came to you while watching this video, I'd be so happy to read that. And if you're ready to take the next step in bringing this course to life and being able to create income passively, working 5 to 10 hours a week to make 20, 30, 50, even $100,000 a month like I do, then you can check out the training that I have listed. It goes over the 3 steps to create a course, replace your income, quit your job, and come home. So I'll see you there.